airbrush, I paint, I sew. My second client was Bud Dupree of the Steelers.
Today we are talking all things custom shoes. I know a lot of you guys are big into the shoes and like to get some of them autographed, and I thought I'd bring on the guy who made them. All right, we are joined today by Mr. Jeremy Thompson of Showtime Customs. You can find him on Instagram at Showtime0012.
Yep.
Jeremy, I appreciate you taking some time to join me to talk about these shoes you've been making.
Oh, excited to be here, man.
So how I found you was through my good buddy, Jeremy Padower. Jeremy is one of my favorite people. The guy has such passion for not just Pokemon stuff, but for collectibles in general.
Yeah.
And he posted these shoes that he got done and he tagged you on them. And I was like, what is going on with these things? So talk about these custom Pokemon shoes that you made for Mr. Padower.
Okay, so the story of how they came about is almost as interesting. So I was scrolling through Instagram one night, and I follow Jeremy because of he works with Jazzwares and the whole AEW pro wrestling line, and he was just doing random questions with people, and I was like, I'm gonna see if he'll answer a question, and it wasn't anything big. I just was like, so when are these going to be at Walmart or something? I don't even remember what the question was. And I thanked him afterwards. I know whenever I do a live, I try to make sure anybody that I've answered a question, I'll go through and thank them. Or if they do a question for me, same thing. And he was like, his second message was, or his first message was, "Oh, you're welcome. Glad to do it." And then he was like, "Whoa, you make shoes." You do Pokemon ones, and I've had that in my wheelhouse, like this idea for a Pikachu pair, just because I also teach fifth grade and kids love Pokemon cards. I mean, my collection of Pokemon cards is very used because they had them out in class. But
sorry, kids, man, they ruin everything. We can't have anything nice.
Destroy them. So, no, he. I just always thought the artwork was really cool, and I did the pair with the whole discussion went down of, do you want to do like the classic chubby Pikachu? Do you want to make him newer and whatnot? And then I was like, the whole electric theme, that lightning bolt theme, and where he was really into wrestling with like the whole classic line he did with Jax. I kept thinking of that Hogan, the lightning bolts when he was NWO, and so we incorporated some of that into the design, and it just came out really cool. It was a pair of Jordan 1s, one of my favorite shoes to work on, and like it's got the cool leather panels where you can kind of have them peeking out, so the toe has like one open Pokeball, and then like Pikachu is peeking out of the toe of the other one. So it's a really cool design. Make sure to check it out on Instagram.
So what's the process like? I assume you have an artist background because you're obviously, these things are absolutely stunning to look at. What does the process look like on your end to actually make these custom shoes?
Okay, so it's different for everybody that does them, but me, I have to have that inspiration. There is if I'm doing a movie pair or something like that, I've actually got a pair I'm working on that's like from Christmas Vacation with the holidays coming up. So I'm watching like Christmas Vacation. I had the Pokemon series on, and I'm looking up pictures and stuff, just trying to get it accurate. But some people do like a sketch on like a piece of paper and stuff. I have to have the shoe, the leather, the synthetic material, whatever it is, in hand a little bit, and then it's all about getting to know my customer too. So Jeremy, when he was talking about it, like I just saw this love of he loves that pristine, the whole PSA grading system, and the holographic part of the Pokemon cards and stuff like that. I kept thinking I want something metallic in it. So in the electric blast, there's like this metallic element where it kind of shimmers and the shine of it. So it really depends. And then like my background, I guess in school I was in all the art classes they would let me take, but I don't know that I was like known as the kid that could draw in school. I kind of wonder about that. Like I sketched on everything. I used to get in trouble. My mom, when I was a kid, she was like a third grade teacher, and she didn't really appreciate that I sketched on everything. And I found out like if you took my pencil away and made me focus, like I got nothing out of it. But if you let me draw what was going on, it was a lock. I was good for the test.
So each one of these shoes are, correct me if I'm wrong, they're hand painted by you. Is that correct?
Hand paint, airbrush. I'm actually in what I affectionately call my studio right now. You can see my logo in the background and whatnot, and my toys are off to the side, and everything else is a mess that you can't see. But I have an airbrush. I paint. I sew. I've learned to hand stitch some. I've got like a pair over here that has some custom leather tabs on the tongue that I'm working on. So it's if I can't do it, I'm trying to learn to do it. Like I've been working on learning to swap the sole out on some shoes. So just all kinds of stuff, man.
So how long does it take for kind of the average shoe? You get the blank shoe to the finished product being done.
Oh man, it started out to where I would be to where I would say like I'll have them to you next weekend. And when I first started, but now, man, the wait time is like to start them is kind of going crazy since the whole pandemic. Everybody's been home and looking online at eBay and then Instagram and stuff like that. But the actual process of doing the shoe, uh, 2 3 days. We're talking like some. I've done a couple pairs that have had. I know there was a pair I did for an NFL player a couple years ago that, or I guess it was last season, that was, I want to say 26 hours. And there was a session of working on it, just continual. My wife like threw food out and I used it. I used the bathroom a couple of times, but it was like 18 or 19 hours consistent. It was a Saturday. Like I woke up early and knocked that part out in about 18 or 19 hours.
So what's the average cost? If someone wants to get something like this done, just kind of a ballpark there so people have an idea. What's your
Yeah.
average cost to get something done?
My first question before I answer that one is, what are we doing? So, like, sometimes you have the guys who just want to recolor a shoe. You got like a all white pair of Jordans. You want them to be pale blue or something. So those are a little cheaper. We're looking at the 150 range. Something that involves stitching, material work, you're looking at 220, 250, somewhere in there, maybe higher if it's all about the time and the detail. So like Jeremy, his didn't have a whole lot of stitch work. It was a lot of sketching and doing the making sure Pikachu was going across because I did it right. I was my own worst enemy. I did it right in the area where one piece of leather meets the swoosh, meets the heel, meets the part where the Air Jordan wings are on the side of the one, and we replaced the basketball with a Pokeball, which was just kind of a neat touch. But that one I probably would do for like 220 to 225 just because of the detail.
See that seems like way affordable than the price I was thinking about. I was thinking, this is going to be closer to $1,000 or something like this. Because you were telling me all the hours that you put into it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like me, you value your time. You only get so many times throughout the day. So I'm blown away by the pricing, man. I think that's very affordable for artwork too.
Yeah.
Which something like that, there's no way in heck I'm going to be able to do that.
I think love of the game is part of it. Like my hands have to be occupied. If I'm watching a show, like my wife and I will binge watch something, but I can't sit still and watch it. Like I have my hands, doing something the whole time just to keep myself busy. It's good for your mind to keep it occupied, keeps me out of trouble. So
this kind of sounds like it's something that you do because not only do you really like it, if you can make a little bit of money while you're doing it, great. But it kind of sounds like this would be something you'd be doing anyway, even if you weren't getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be careful with that. I did an interview a couple of years ago for a local station, and I instantly had people hitting me up going, "Oh, so I hear you love doing this." Yeah, I love doing it, but I also do have a wife, and
Right.
I teach, and I've got quite a bit of other things going on. But it is something. Your 18, 20 hour days. Those aren't every day. I wouldn't be able to do those all the time, but. Uh, no, there's a lot of hours that go into it, and I guess some people might say, "Oh, you're trying to get rich from it or whatever." I'm not getting rich. I'm paying those teacher school loans.
Oh no, man. Oh no. Those are a lot, man. You're gonna have to do a
Yeah,
lot of shoes for those, you know.
yeah,
So you talked about some of the athletes that you made it for, and a lot of the people that follow this channel are big into autographs, of course, and they want to get shoes autographed by like their Allen Iverson's a popular one. I got an upcoming autograph signing with
oh
him.
man, that would be awesome to do something for AI.
Yeah, so talk about like who, if you can name names, great. If not, just talk about them in general. But who are
Yeah.
some of like the athletes that you've made them for that you're like, hey man, these are ones I was really proud of. These are super cool shoes.
Okay, so first one. Now, you already know since I follow Jeremy Padower, I'm a action figure collector, right? So the first time my art made it to uh, one of my heroes, athlete's hands, was Wesley Woodyard that plays for the Tennessee Titans. So when he was at Kentucky, I made my wife or myself. I wanted to have a Wesley Woodyard figure, but we have it in our house. A Wesley Woodyard figure. That was her favorite player, and we got it autographed. And he asked for one,
Oh
so
wow.
I made him one after the Music City Bowl as he was getting drafted. And then Kentucky football. I've been a Kentucky football fan since you got made fun of for being a Kentucky football fan. Like,
When they won one game every year.
yeah, yeah. Like, I was still wearing my Kentucky hoodie and stuff, and people were like, there's not a basketball game today. Like, we play football. You might want to change. I was like, no, all the way back before the Tim Couch years, even. So,
Wow, that's a
um,
throwback name right there.
and it was kind of funny when this started breaking out. My second client was Bud Dupree of the Steelers. So when
Wow.
Bud was at Kentucky, there's a sneaker shop in Lexington called Oneness, and Oneness was it's been one of my hookups to go up and just like one of my favorite sneaker stores. In. So one of my buddies bought a pair of shoes off of my feet. I was running late. I wouldn't have worn my customs to the game, but I was running late. It was a pair of shoes by the door. I grabbed them, threw them on. He bought them off of my feet. I drove home barefoot after the football game, and it was like a flag football league I was playing in, and literally the next week he had them on, and Bud Dupree got my information from him, and it was like this is the craziest story. Just so when he called, I was like, yeah, right, this isn't Bud Dupree. All right, who are you really? He was like, no, this is Bud Dupree. So that was pretty neat. So I've done stuff for Bud. I've done stuff for Wesley, cleat wise too. I did a figure for DeMarcus Cousins, which was pretty neat
Oh
when
wow.
when he was at Kentucky. First year Cal was there. Um, then recently, Lonnie Johnson that plays for the Texans, and Lonnie's an awesome dude. He needs to get his cleats here if he wants them done for Week 13 because Saturday or Sunday's Week 13. But Lonnie hooked me up with Charles Minihue that played for University of Texas now as a Texan. Then I've done stuff for Jeff Badette that plays for the Washington football team. Uh, Lynn Bowden Jr. that is with the Dolphins. Lynn actually was a pretty awesome one. I did his stuff, and then last season, Coach Stoops wasn't letting them wear it, but Lynn carried. Lynn carried that team on his shoulders last year. He kept wearing them, and I don't know if Stoops didn't want to say anything because Lynn was passing, rushing, and everything. Benny Snell broke the all-time Kentucky rushing record in my cleats. Josh Allen of the Jaguars was one of my clients. He did Buzz and Woody to honor his kid, and we actually changed it from Andy on the bottom of the shoe to Wesley, his son's name. So um, let's see that. Oh, Cash Daniels, Cash Daniel, who just graduated from Kentucky. I did his. I'm trying to think, man. So many of those guys from that team that had 10 wins a couple years ago. So a bunch of those guys done some stuff for some minor league and major league players, but just it's been an awesome chance to get to work with these guys that, like, as a kid, I was just like idolizing.
So if somebody wants to get something set up for like an autograph signing, you can keep a spot kind of open for the autograph on like the toe or wherever they want to have it done.
So I looked around. I looked in my stuff that I had finished, and I was thinking of a shoe. And my man Danny out in California has done a ton of shoes. And I actually grabbed a shoe right before I walked in here that I think needs to be autographed. And I was thinking about it, and the reason being, Los Angeles is the only place on the planet that you could say really 2020 has been pretty awesome, right? So they won the World Series and they won the NBA Finals. So I have, and if he can get LeBron and Mookie to do this, I've got a perfect place for him to have it signed, because LeBron, his shoe already has a signature. So I've got this shoe. This is the Lakers side, and it's gold. And see, we've got LeBron's number, and the shoe naturally has like the signature at the tongue. So either we do it there, or like on the toe, that would be pretty awesome. But I think Danny's got to get with King James, and he's got to get with Mookie Betts, because here's the Dodgers side, and see, it's got Mookie's jersey number on the inside.
Yeah. Those are sweet.
And like they've got the Lakers, and the tongue actually has the Lakers and Dodgers on it and whatnot. But I was thinking about that. That would be an amazing pair. I mean, you're done wearing them at that point. You got to be finished wearing them. But man, that would be so sweet just to have like on that shoe. I'd be pumped to do a pair like that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting, like a combo pair, like one half Lakers, one half Dodgers.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know how much you follow the autograph industry, but LeBron is like, he signs for Upper Deck, and he signs like once every like 5 years. It seems like the guy is
Jordan both, man.
Dude, and then Mookie's a Fanatics guy, so Mookie potentially could happen. LeBron's going to be super tough. But Mookie could definitely happen on those.
Yeah, that would be pretty amazing too. Like just to see, like, you've got this guy that has enough time and energy into, I want a shoe to honor this person, and then it has an autograph. I can't imagine, like, that would be a grail piece in anybody's collection.
No, absolutely, man, absolutely. All right, so hey, Jeremy, before we let you go here, why don't you tell everybody kind of where they can find you, what's the best way to get hold of you, and start the process of getting a custom shoe with you.
So the best place to find me, probably Instagram. That's where all the artwork is. People ask me, what can you do? Like, scroll through my Instagram. There's a whole lot I can do. You can also reach me on Facebook. It's Showtime Custom Sneakers. I'm not as quick getting back there. They can send me an email at showtime0012customs@gmail.com. I get back to you there. I respond to DMs. I know some customizers hate the whole DM thing on Instagram, but it's quick and it's easy and it's like text messaging. So, why not? But
hey, I think one of the goals in life is to get so big where you don't have to answer your DMs, right? Like
like at that point, I'm sorry, I'm just not. I don't have that kind of ego at this point.
Right. I love those people that put that in their bio description. No DMs. I love that.
I thought about putting it, but I was like, no, I'm not going to shut business down.
I just get a kick out of that. I get it. Some people are busy and there's other ways to contact you, but I mean, come on now, man. Be accessible. Right?
I mean, I forget. I'm a little bit bad about Facebook. I try to stay off of Facebook because
I agree.
I don't think Facebook at this point, there's anything that can not
no
get
value.
Like, unless you're posting a picture of a really good meal, you're in trouble on Facebook.
Right. They're going to put you in the Facebook jail. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone will be offended. It's 2020. So I forget to check that one, but Instagram, email, I'm pretty good about getting back as quick as I can.
Well, you know what? Nothing you've said or done today offends me at all. So I think this is going to be approved for YouTube.
Wait till we load it to Facebook, though. Somebody's going to load it on Facebook, and that guy was like, he was talking anti-Facebook.
You got flagged on Facebook for talking anti-Facebook. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Jeremy, man, I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day, man. I definitely always appreciate people taking time out of their day and show me all these cool shoes. Hopefully we can drum up some cool business for you there. I know a lot of people like to get the stuff autographed, man. I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks again, guys, for really watching that episode. I definitely always appreciate it. I hope you guys got some good information from Jeremy there. And I thought that was a really good price on those custom shoes. Think about getting something like that done for like Allen Iverson, or if he had some Shaq shoes done like that, completely custom, one-on-one to you, had them autographed. I think that would be a really cool, unique piece to your collection. Go ahead and reach out to Jeremy there, and he can get you guys all set up there and well taken care of. Again, please visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com, and also give me a follow over there on Instagram @PowersAutographs. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next episode.